Hello everybody, Carnage back here again, and today I am back with my weekly comic book pickups, but today's kind of a special one because it's also my 24th birthday. So I did kind of splurge a little bit today on myself, and I did get one really cool gift from my father. So gonna start off with the normal weekly pickups that normally come with these videos. So starting off, this is the only back issue I got today. This is Deadpool number, what is it, 10? Yeah, Deadpool number 10. This is kind of an homage to Wolverine number 1, his first, miniseries. Really cool cover, always really liked how it looked. Finally got it, very happy about it. Do kind of want to read this specific storyline too, so probably will be checking that out at some point. And next up, we have Batman issue number 142. And this is actually the first issue to the Joker Year 1, kind of like Batman Year 1 for those of you who do not know. Really excited about this. Definitely been looking forward to this specific storyline for a few months when it was first announced. And I also really do like the cover because it's the Joker staring into a bat-shaped puddle. And this just has a lot of, depth and meaning, personally to me. So really excited to read what happens in this. And the next one up is Wolverine Madripoor Nights issue number 1. I'm not a huge X-Men fan, and I know when this issue takes place, it's in an X-Men book. Not positive what happens in it, but I thought this was just kind of like very cool book, very cool looking. Really do like the cover too, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's kind of doing like a different perspective on like the actual cover. I think it was like X-Men issue number like 268. I might be wrong about that, but kind of excited to read this. Next up is Thanos issue number 3. He is still fighting the newer Illuminati, which has Emma Frost, Blue Marvel, Tony Stark, Reed Richards, Doctor Strange. I think there's another one. I can't quite remember who, but I've been really enjoying this Thanos miniseries so far. I think it's a miniseries anyway. I might be mistaken. I know the issues come out like every month or so, so I don't fully remember, but very excited to see where it goes from there. And the next one up is Kneel Before Zod issue number 2, and I just love this cover. This is just a gorgeous looking cover, man. Like the first issue was pretty good too, but it's mostly just the variant covers that I really have been enjoying for these. So excited to read this and see what that's about. And then next up is Fantastic Four issue number 17. I read kind of a little bio about this because basically, what the story said was Sue Richards gets called because before, she became a Fantastic Four member, she was actually an archaeologist, I believe, apparently, which surprised me. And this is actually her skeleton on the cover. So at some point she goes into the past and gets stuck there, and then she's just, a skeleton in the future. Really excited to see where this goes, and also Alex Ross kills it with these covers every single time. Very, very cool cover. Very good story too, so I recommend you guys check that out. And the next one up is one that I didn't even know was coming out today. And I'm a huge Red Hood fan, so I saw this and I was like, oh, badass. This is Red Hood, The Hill, issue number 0. So this is kind of like a prelude into that. And then I think issue number 1 comes out next week, or it's the week after. Can't remember right offhand, but kind of excited to see what this is about. Just because the last Red Hood stuff I read was Red Hood and the Outlaws / Red Hood Outlaw, which was one of my favorite series. So kind of excited to see where this goes. And then up next is The Avengers issue number 10 by John McKay. I think that's his name, John McKay. Yeah, John McKay. Or is it Zeb McKay? I don't remember his first name, but he's the same guy that's doing the Moon Knight series. And he also did the Black Cat series that came out in like 2018, I want to say, 2016, one of those years. And I just really like his story writing. Very good writer, really do enjoy it. Especially his Moon Knight series. I recommend you guys check out his Moon Knight series. And then after that, check out his Avengers series, because it's pretty good, and it's only 10 issues at the moment, so recommend. Next one up is one that's actually kind of surprised me on how much I enjoy it. This is Captain America issue number 6. This is kind of jumping back and forth between like Captain America before he became Captain America and, you know, modern day Steve Rogers. And it's just a very good story. I really can't say anything bad about it. Like, it's a good read. This is made by John Straczynski, I believe his first name is. I know it's Straczynski writing it, but I also really do like these covers too, especially like the whole Captain America with the Eye of Agamotto on it. Like, that's just cool. And it's very, very cool story so far, so I recommend you guys check this one out as well. And again, I'm probably like a broken record with that, but I truthfully can't really say anything terrible about any of these series. They're all very good. And I did pick this one up mostly because I did just buy the Suicide Squad video game, and I picked up this specific cover just because I actually did play and beat this game the other day, and I got this one because King Shark is the character I mained for the entirety of the time I played it. And let me just say, this is just a gorgeous looking cover too. I mean, like, even if you hold it sideways, like, I mean, oh, it's just so good. And if you hold it upside down, kind of like Jaws. But yeah, very good video game. Like, I know a lot of people have been saying it's kind of shit, but I personally really enjoyed the story of it, and the gameplay was alright. It reminded me of the Avengers. So it was fun. I'll definitely be playing more of it. And then these last two books, they're not the last two that I picked up for the day, but they're just the last two that I picked up. They are both the exact same book, but they're, you know, two different covers to it. I got Ultimate Black Panther number 1. Really excited to see this because I've been really, really in love with like the rest of the Ultimate Universe stuff that they've been putting out recently. So this is a variant cover. I don't remember who did this one. I just really love how it looks, like, you know, just the blue effects coming off of. I'm assuming this might be Storm, just because it's a African American woman with white hair. I might get some hate for that, but I mean, like, this just looks way too much like Storm for it to not be Storm, in my opinion. And I also did get the main cover as well. Really cool. Kind of curious what this is, because I know that's an Egyptian symbol, and I know that's the moon. So I think this might be like something to do with Moon Knight too. Kind of excited about that. So haven't read it yet, but very excited to see what happens. And then this next book I picked up off of eBay for like $10 last week, but I thought, you know, might as well just put it with this. I have been getting into Nightwing a little bit more lately after I started reading the whole Titans comic / Beast World. And I've been really in love with Tom Taylor's Nightwing, so I will be trying to get the entirety of this series. I think it's at like issue... what is it, like issue 110? 111, something like that. I know it's in the hundreds, but... this is the first cameo appearance of a character called Heartless. So, kind of excited to read and, you know, read more of this and see what that's about. Oh, something I just realized. There's kind of... okay, it looks like it's just on the bag. It looks like it just kind of got a little messed up. But no big deal. Really excited to read more about this series, so... right. And I did go to a different comic book store after I got done with the one I was that I work at, just because I was kind of curious to see what, this other place had, because I have not been there in, I want to say maybe like a year, a little over a year. And they had some pretty phenomenal stuff there. They had the first appearance of Red Hood. They had a giant size X-Men issue number 1, which first appearance of Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus, all the X-Men characters that were in the 90s show. I did not pick that one up because it was like $2,000. But they had a bunch, and I repeat, a bunch of awesome keys for decent prices, I'd say. Because I was truthfully very tempted to get the the first appearance of Jason Todd as Red Hood, which was like a $160 book, but I did not, sadly. But I did pick up Absolute Carnage issue number 1. This is the main standard edition cover. A series that I have truthfully not read, but I really want to read this one because Donny Cates is another one of my favorite writers, and he does phenomenal writing work. Really did enjoy what I read of his Venom series. And I can't remember what else he did. I want to say he did Spider-Man. I might be wrong. But, no, not Spider-Man. Thor. He did Thor. That's who I'm thinking of. I really did enjoy his Thor series as well, so hopefully I won't be disappointed with this. And now I'm getting into kind of the bigger books that I picked up. And the first one up is a Daredevil book. And I paid $32 for this, which I thought was a pretty decent deal for it. This is Daredevil issue number 183. Only reason why it's like a $30 book is just mostly because it's a very iconic cover of the Punisher, blasting Daredevil in the gut. Such beautiful book, man. Really, really do like it. I will be definitely taking it out of this bag and board, though, just because I know the Mylar are definitely like a better choice for, books, because you don't have to change them out like ever, but I just really do not like the look and the feel of it. It just feels too, like, flimsy for me, I'd rather it be in, like, regular plastic than that. Alright, and then the next two books I have up are pretty big books, I will say. The first one I'm going to show is actually a gift that my dad gave to me. I'm going to show the back of it first, just because this guy kind of looks like Chuck Norris to me a little bit. I don't think that's who it's supposed to be, but kind of reminds me of Chuck Norris. Got some dog hair on it. But really cool. Now I'm going to be turning around, and I did mostly get this because, or I mostly wanted this one because it's a character that I just have recently fallen in love with, or I shouldn't say recently, like I've always had huge respect for, but never really collected much of him up until I got his first appearance from my uncle. And for those of you who are big fans of the channel, you would know that would be Wolverine. This is Wolverine issue number 1. This is the, what's it called? Direct edition, which was basically more common than, like, the newsstand edition. Yep, very cool. My dad did, because I posted on Snapchat, I want to say, like, earlier last week, like, January 31st, February 1st, sometime around there, that if someone got this one or a different book that I wanted for my birthday, I would be in love with them. And my dad did pick this one up. It does have a custom label. I believe that's from Wolverine issue number 17. It's either 17 or 27. I know they both look very similar. And this did come in at a 9.6. And let me just say, it's a cool looking book. Like, it looks better on camera than it does in real life, but I mean, like, it's just such a cool book too, for a character that, I can, basically collect everything of now, because, like, there's not a ton of, like, super huge Wolverine keys that I can think of off the top of my head, other than, like, his first fight with Sabretooth and Deadpool, but I already have the Deadpool one. So, got that one. And then this next book I have up is actually the other book I would have liked if I never got this one from my dad. And this is a character that recently just had a TV show about him, and I just fell in love with him after that. Like, such a cool character. And with the Jed MacKay series, I think I'm saying the wrong name, like first name, but the MacKay series. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, because I just mentioned it, here is issue number 1 of Moon Knight, and this is his first ongoing not mini-series, like his first ongoing series, like, in general. And this one also does have a custom label as well, and this is in a 9.8. This is my first 9.8 comic in my collection. And let me just say, it's a beautiful one to have a 9.8 of. Like, very cool cover. Really do like it. And now it's basically doubled my CGC collection with my first appearance of Harley Quinn and my first appearance of Deathstroke. And now I have the first issue of the solo series with Wolverine, and the first series of Moon Knight. I keep wanting to say solo series. I'm not so sure why. And both of these are direct editions, but I mean, like, that's not a huge deal to me. I just love both of these books. These are for two characters that I am just in love with. Best characters Marvel has produced in, like, past, like, 40-some years. Because both of these guys, like, Wolverine came out in the 70s, and I want to say Moon Knight also came out in, like, the 70s, but they both didn't get a series until the 80s, which I thought was kind of interesting, because Wolverine was part of the X-Men for, like, 8 years or something when this came out. So it kind of just baffled me that he didn't have his own, solo series before this. And this is a story done by Chris Claremont. Almost said that wrong. But yeah, let me just say, this has been a phenomenal birthday so far. And, like, I just couldn't be more grateful for, all the books I did pick up. Like, these two are definitely my favorite ones that I did get. This one I did get from my comic book shop that I do work at, and I had $100 in credit saved up. So all I had to do was just basically pay them $200, and that was it. Like, this was definitely my greatest pickup, just because, it's an issue number 1 to a character that's probably just going to blow up even more after season 2 comes out, which I'm very happy about. But anyway, enough rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you again for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, and peace.